We did it, Joe! Junior Journey 2011 has been a solid format. Since I'm enjoying my time with it, I wanted to do an alt BANLIST tournament, and I wanted to do double elimination because I really wanted to poke some of these decks with a stick a little further and learn more about their interactions. Now, because I have no idea what I'm doing at any point ever, I scheduled this tournament 1 day after a recording session with Sophie and 2 days after a recording session with Leah, meaning I already had those videos to edit and release. I went into this tournament wanting to edit and upload it to my channel as well, and came away exhausted because I was streaming on Twitch for 5.5 hours. That's the longest stream I've had in the 6 months since I learned how to use Twitch, and more footage than I recorded with Leah and Sophie combined. So the obvious choice was to prioritize the other 2 videos first because it would take much less time to finish both of them. I was disappointed because this made it incredibly likely that I wouldn't get around to uploading the alt BANLIST Tourney stuff until a whole week after the next Junior Journey episode, wherein we would get an actual official ban list and be a week deep into messing around with it, as well as probably already deep in the process of breaking 2012 format into pieces. But wouldn't you know it, I was rescued by a shining angel by the name of Joseph, releasing the episode a week late because of scheduling conflicts, meaning that the first part of this would be successfully uploaded either right before or right after the next video, and therefore next part of the format. Completely intentional victory! And yes, I did say first part because this tournament went on for a while. I hope you'll stick around for all of it though, and check out the proceedings, as a lot of people brought really cool stuff, and even though it was exhausting, I still had a great time. Special thanks to A Happy Awoo for agreeing to commentate part 3 with me. I was running out of steam by then. Thank Christ I had someone to bounce energy off of. Enjoy the video, and make sure to leave a like so that Daddy Algorithm may milk me good and proper before the harvest. Okay, let's just go right ahead and pull up the Aslion versus Dead Zone match to start off with. Let's see what we are doing right off the bat. Ooh, Aslion is on Dragoonity. That is exciting. One moment, we are just setting up this stream as we go. Don't mind me. Then that is me centered. Cool! Awesome. Hi, June the Queen. Excited to have you in this tournament today. That's quite exciting. It's quite literally my first time playing Junior Journey. Very excited for you and very interested to see how things go for you. My first time playing Junior Journey was during Chaos format. That was 2004, before the ban list, when everybody had 3 painful choice, 3 Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning, 3 Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy at the end, 3 Graceful Charity, and 3 Dark Magician of Chaos. This will be a somewhat different situation than that. Looks like Dead Zone is on the U-Bell deck again, which means this Dark Hole is going to clear Aslion's monster and upgrade Dead Zone's. I might be playing one of these decks, so I'm taking notes. That's the nice thing about these tournaments. Getting a chance to just watch other people play for a little bit is always very nice. So, looks like Dead Zone is starting off big with the U-Bell Terror Incarnate. Aslion has a Mystical Space Typhoon for the back row. I guess there isn't too much that Dead Zone could have done there. Summoning the U-Bell would have been useless because Dead Zone's probably only playing 1 Terror Incarnate. Aslion has Tour Guide from the Underworld. I almost said Terror Guide from the Otherworld, like she just inflicts terror upon people. She doesn't really, she just makes the format more interesting. That is a good response to specifically Terror Incarnate, though, so... Okay, so Dead Zone is banishing Battle Fader, going to end phase, triggering U-Bell, triggers Zenmain's effect to pop U-Bell Terror Incarnate. U-Bell Terror Incarnate floats into U-Bell Ultimate Nightmare. No, it does not miss timing, because it's the last thing that happens. And now we have the queen of non-binary finery themselves, Yubel, the ultimate nightmare. Oh, and Aslion has the compulse for the ultimate nightmare, so it looks like the nightmare is over for now. Deadzone is thinking about playing probably just like a battle fader, maybe a Gores or a Tragodia. Yep, it is just Battle Fader for now. That is 2 out of 3 of Deadzone's Battle Faders right off the bat. Oh, and the Storm Shooter is just going to completely destroy it, so... Aslion putting up a very strong board. Deadzone has the tour guide from the Underworld as well. He needs to remember to place this properly for the Storm Shooter, because Storm Shooter can just immediately ruin Zenmain's day. Oh, it's not the Zenmains! We are just getting out the Leviathan Dragon. Alrighty. It will take out Storm Shooter if Aslion's back row isn't anything. The problem is Aslion's back row needs to be nothing, but looks like it is getting in for now. Alright, so Dragoonity would just summon the Phalix from Graveyard, special summon Phalix, go into a 6, which then special summons Phalix again, gets rid of the Phalix to summon an 8, which is Thought Ruler Archfiend. That is a good one. That is a super solid one to make at this juncture. Aslion's going to be super difficult to beat at this point. Well, we have the Tragodia, which, depending on the situation, well, actually, Deadzone probably should have waited longer to play the Tragodia. I guess it didn't matter too much if he didn't have an 8 to steal Thought Ruler Archfiend, but in this case, Tragodia is just shielding Deadzone's life points and not getting anything else accomplished. Deadzone goes ahead and sets another card. Likely to be a Yubel kind of situation. So Aslion gets the Call of the Haunted, grabs Storm Shooter, and uses it to bounce that back row. Let's go ahead and see what this face down is. It is not a Yubel. Now Aslion is going to get in for a fair bit of damage. Deadzone can stop some of this damage if he so desires, and it looks like he is going to go ahead and do that, but this is not the best use of the Necrogardna in the world. It doesn't help Deadzone in the pickle that he's currently in. Never again. Is Deadzone talking about how the Necrogardna is a never again? Alright, now we have the Yubel out, so that is that. And it depends on whether or not Deadzone can get something meaningful to tribute the for the Yubel in the next turn. Because from this position, if Deadzone just continues to go -1,000,000 with the Yubel, it's not going to end very well for him. Also, we already know that one of the cards in Deadzone's hand is Ultimate Nightmare, which means it is a brick. There's only one card in Deadzone's hand that could conceivably be something, and Deadzone has lost the Yubel. Aslion gets Dragon Ravine out for the first time this game. This appears to just mainly be a bloodbath. It doesn't feel close right now. Deadzone would probably need a face-down card to be a Torrential Tribute or a Mirror Force to gain back on all the advantage he's lost, and if that is the case, then Aslion will get to immediately pop Deadzone's other back row, leaving him with nothing but the Ultimate Nightmare to protect him. No, Serpent is not limited. Serpent is at 3. Alright, Aslion is going into attack. Is this lethal on board? It may very well be. 5,000. Yes, that is it. That is the end of Game 1. Deadzone seeming to play essentially a stall deck again, and it could not do much of anything versus Aslion's Dragoonity build. Oh, LOL. So Aslion has a prime material dragon, so he can go ahead and tell the Zenmains to go fuck itself here. God, I love normal summon tour guide, make Zenmains, inject it straight into my veins. Zenmains is really fucking cool. I'm a big fan of it. So Dead Zone is gonna just get in with a big old Dark Horus and his Zen mains to attack directly. So Dead Zone is starting this game off with a pretty solid life point lead. Aslion is gonna get Sinister Serpent back. And once again, we have a tour guide of the underworld to go into Zen mains. Oh, actually, it's going to be Sangan for now. He's going to go ahead and overlay the Sangan and the tour guide, wondering if the if Aslion doesn't have a limit reverse on hand to make this Sangan work best. Windup is going to trade with Dead Zone Zen mains without any materials to go ahead and also pop Dark Horus. So we've got a giant Tourney to bounce Aslion's back row. Aslion has figured it out! Sent Dust Tornado to the graveyard when it only needed to go to hand. That's okay, we're doing our best, folks. So, we are moving into Aslion's turn. Aslion has been trading very favorably with the Zen mains for now. So, he is once again in a good spot in this game. Mind blank there. It happens to the best of us. So the Zen mains is going to get in for just 1,500. I don't know if Aslion's hand looks like garbage or he's just like holding in a lot of gas for now. Dead Zone sets a monster. Very good shot that is just going to be a U-Bell. So we've got Dragoonity Ducks, and Aslion isn't going to extend anything beyond that. And yes, indeed, it is a U-Bell. So Aslion will set another card and pass it back to Dead Zone. Aslion getting a lot of board presence, even if his board presence isn't terribly strong. Dead Zone didn't really show his deck to be including a huge number of big guys. However, tributing the Sangan off of the U-Bell is very good. Dead Zone's gonna get a search here. That Torrential Tribute would have been a fantastic swing in Dead Zone's favor, destroying all monsters on the field and transitioning U-Bell. For the moment, Aslion is just going to sit on his two monsters and pass it back to Dead Zone. Dead Zone gets the Heavy Storm and then has to sacrifice DD Crow to keep U-Bell up on the field, which is not the most ideal of circumstances. Aslion has a Mystical Space Typhoon. And that is a pretty good one. Chaining Call of the Haunted to search Sangan from the graveyard. Call of the Haunted, of course, is destroyed, but so is Sangan, so Sangan's effect goes off once again. Ah, and we have the legendary one of... I am not convinced it's even particularly good to bounce the Zen mains at this point. I don't know if Aslion is playing more than one of them. Interesting to see how this turn pans out. I guess Dead Zone is just going to summon the Meta Ion and bounce everything, including his own U-Bell. So Aslion has a considerable card advantage at this point, but his life points are not looking super hot, and he also has been avoiding playing so many of the cards in his hand up to this point, so I'm wondering if he just is looking at a massive brick, or if he hasn't seen anything that has made it particularly worth committing his hand to. Of course, if he summons a Brionac, there's a good chance that he can really get things going here. Yep, there it is. There is the Brionac, and we already know that Aslion has the Sinister Serpent in hand, so this doesn't even cost anything. And of course, if, well, that's a battle fader, so Dead Zone isn't going to take damage for now, but if Dead Zone doesn't have an out for the Brionac Dragon of the Ice Barrier, he's just going to get his U-Bell bounced again. That is an out to the Ice Barrier. Depends on if Aslion has anything... Nope, that is Brionac taken down. So it looks like Dead Zone was playing a stall deck, but then essentially realized that he was losing and sided into a lot of bunguses. Alright, so we've got a Dragoonity Ducks, which will let Aslion scale up to 8. It will not let Aslion scale up to 8 because Dead Zone has the DD Crow. Aslion has the Call of the Haunted, though, so... Now, Brionac is not the best thing in the world to have versus Despair from the Dark, but if Aslion pitches 2 cards, he can go ahead and commit to a solid amount of damage. Looks like he's not going to bother with that right now. The Battle Fader, of course, is going to get banished, and Brionac will get in for 2,300. Of the 3 cards Dead Zone has, one of them is Despair from the Dark, one of them is Yubel, and... That's actually incredible. Aslion pitches Sinister Serpent to bounce his own Call of the Haunted back to make sure that he can use it again next turn, essentially creating with the Sinister Serpents a loop that keeps Dead Zone from destroying the Brionac properly. So that is actually not a good sign for Dead Zone. So Dead Zone gets the Despair from the Dark, attacks into Dragoonity Ducks. Dead Zone has gone through 2 DD Crows at this point. If he is playing a third one, he potentially can get some kind of counterplay to stop the Brionac from coming back another time. Aslion goes ahead and grabs Brionac, pitches a White Stone of Legend to bounce the back row first. And that is going to be a limit reverse, presumably to get a Sangan, presumably to search a Battle Fader to ensure that Dead Zone doesn't lose this turn. Yes, indeed. So that's going to be Battle Fader, and that's going to be White Stone of Legend searching the legendary Blue Eyes White Dragon from deck. Going ahead and using Brionac once again to bounce the Despair from the Dark. Isn't it once per turn? That is the errata, Dead Zone. Yep, Brionac was so strong that they had to change its effect at one point to make it a little less strong. But at this point, that effect is not once per turn. Aslion normal summons Blue Eyes White Dragon. Dead Zone still has the Battle Fader, so this is not the end of the game. Going to main phase 2, Aslion is going to use Brionac, bounce the Call of the Haunted, send the Brionac back to the graveyard. This combo rules. I would be a little bit more sympathetic to Dead Zone saying, I see why Brio was limited, I wish it to be gone now, if Dead Zone wasn't actively playing a stall deck. But given that Dead Zone is actively playing a stall deck, this is just a cool combo that Aslion is doing, and I congratulate him on the cool combo. So we get 2 Sinister Serpents here, and unless that back row does something, this likely will be curtains for Dead Zone. Aslion can essentially just pitch both Sinister Serpents, bounce both set cards, and then any normal summon under the sun will kill the Battle Fader for game. Just gonna go ahead and pitch for the monsters at this point. And we are just attacking into the limit reverse. I guess that is going to search the third and final Battle Fader to keep Dead Zone alive just this little bit longer. So Brionac will attack. Battle Fader comes out. Presumably, likely just using Brionac's effect here to... Yep, same situation. Brionac goes to the graveyard. Set 1 could literally be anything, and pass it back to Dead Zone. Dead Zone gets a Pot of Duality. And I don't think any of these cards are going to do it, because Brionac can just bounce whatever set monster Dead Zone presents forward. It pretty much needs to be, Dead Zone's face down card needs to be like Threatening Roar or something else like that is really flexible and really chainable. Otherwise, this game will end next turn. I can't do anything. Yes! That is the end of the game in Aslion's favor. Congratulations to Aslion for pulling off a really cool Brionac Call of the Haunted combo to get over Dead Zone's attempt to stall out the game. CB3 admitted defeat seconds ago, but that is only the first game in this particular match, so we have a little bit of stuff to do in this game yet. I should have searched out DD Crow to banish the Brio. Yeah, that was definitely the counterplay, Dead Zone. Dead Zone, I didn't hate your deck as much as I pretty much expected to hate it. I kind of like the combination of like stall cards and also like Bungus cards that seem to be the best that your deck did against Aslion. Alright, we are moving into Game 2 versus Someone from the Dark, with Someone from the Dark versus CB3. I only saw, like, a single flash of the game from, the first of the 3 games, so I actually don't really know what they are on. Someone from the Dark immediately just normal summoning Tyrant Dragon, so he might be on kind of a boring, Bungus build. I just had no chance to as he was always applying pressure. With only one meta ion, I needed to add more cards that out monsters. CB3 is playing Marshmallow. This is really fascinating. Is CB3 on like a full stall build? We're playing the Marshmallow because it stalls and also gets you into the 8s. If CB were on just a pure stall build, it would be better, obviously, to play Amazonas Queen or that 2400 defense monster that can't be destroyed by battle. Someone from the Dark just normal summons another Tyrant Dragon, which will take out Junk Destroyer. CB3 is thinking about it. If you have the TT, you probably play it at this point. Junk Destroyer is not long for this world. Warning does work here because Tyrant Dragon needs to be like on the field before its effect will work, and Solemn Warning will stop it before it's like technically on the field. So that Tyrant Dragon is down. Someone from the Dark sets one, passes it back to CB3. Junk Destroyer gets in for 2600. This game seeming to go pretty well for CB right off the bat. He's going to set one, pass it back to someone. Alright, someone is just going to set a pair, send it back to CB3. That is going to be Necro Face. This card is banished. Nothing relevant happens here. What the fuck is Someone from the Dark playing? Well, we've got a tour guide from the underworld. That is pretty standard. Oh! This thing is a fiend! Ah, I understand now. Okay, that makes complete sense. I don't love it. I don't love the Banish deck, but I see where the thinking is. Zen Mains is summoned into that column. It would be very unfortunate if that was like a synchro piece and then CB got a Storm Shooter, but for right now, Someone from the Dark is safe. So, CB sets another monster, passes it back to someone. Sets another back row, getting pretty chonky in the back row for Someone from the Dark at this point. So as for my game, I like that Tour Guide goes into a rank 3, but every deck running that to just run triple Zen Mains at the side is pretty annoying. Maybe it should be at 1. Ooh, Dust Tornado to chain to the Morphing Jar is a really nifty trick on someone's part. Dead Zone, I don't really agree. I don't think running Zen Mains at 3 copies is really the optimal play anyway. And I just really think Zen Mains is cool in this format. It is not unoutable, but it does present a play that is not broken by itself, but does give Bungus decks an immediate pause. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I think Zen Mains is one of the things that makes this format cool. Someone from the Dark is destroying CB3's back row, which is a Dimensional Prison. CB3 way ahead in terms of tempo with monsters. Someone from the Dark way ahead in tempo in terms of pure back row. But not a whole lot getting accomplished right at this juncture otherwise. It sure does give an immediate pause, but there are other cool cards like Leviathan Dragon that are barely seeing play. I have been playing Leviathan Dragon in every deck that I've been playing. I have, so that is going to be a Starlight Road. I really appreciate people playing this spicy tech. Yeah, I consider Zen Mains a good early game summon, and Leviathan a good late game summon, especially for my zombie builds. Hello, Patson. Good to have you. We are doing a little bit of junior formatting today. Very exciting. So this is the last game of round 1. So far, we're at a little bit of a standstill. It seems like CB may be running too many tiny synchro pieces along the lines of Marshmallow and Spirit Reaper to have much of a proactive strategy versus Zen mains. However, the monster that was in front of the Zen mains is now gone, which means if CB3 draws Storm Shooter, someone from the Dark may be in a huge amount of trouble. Nobleman of Crossout in this economy? Nobleman of Crossout isn't that good in this format because we have Yubel. Yep, the Storm Shooter column in front of Zen mains is open. It's all a matter of whether or not CB is playing that card and whether or not he draws it. It looks like CB3 is going to just block his own Storm Shooter column, so either he's not thinking of that, or he might just not be playing it at this time. We have a Macrocosmos on hand. Okay, yeah, someone from the Dark is just like on a proper Banisher deck pile situation, which doesn't seem to be that strong versus CB3's deck, honestly. None of these cards really care about going to the graveyard from what I've seen. Unless CB3 is on a couple of Limit Reverse, but Limit Reverse seems very bad in this deck because CB3 is playing a lot of stuff like Marshmallow and Spirit Reaper, which wants to go to defense mode. Alright, so that's going to be another tour guide from the Underworld. We'll see if that is going to be another Grand Maju out or just another tour guide. It is going to be just another tour guide. And are we going into just a second Zen mains at this point? Oh no, we are going on the offensive. That is a number 17 Leviathan Dragon up to 2,500. Doesn't beat either of the Junk Destroyers, but also someone from the Dark has so much back row that I can imagine that not being an issue right now. Oh, the title is still Double Progression Trouble. Thank you for letting me know, June the Queen. I have no earthly idea what I am doing at any point in any of this. Okay, we should be good to go. This stream should be properly titled at this point. Someone in CB3 still just not finding the plays they need. Someone from the Dark is discovering once again the universal problem with the Banisher deck, i.e. if you don't get cards banished, you run into a lot of issues. Golden Homunculus at least has 2,400 attack, but that's still not super powerful. Ooh, that is a giant Trunade. That is a Dark Bribe. Someone from the Dark immediately like, nope, not dealing with this. I think someone played Golden Homunculus against Sophia Master Duel. It gets crazy strong if you get a lot of cards banished. Which, hey, someone from the Dark does have the Macrocosmos up now, so the Golden Homunculus, at the very least, is steadily ticking up in attack strength. Yeah, at this point, it is at 2,700, so it can actually attack over both of the Junk Destroyers, and there we have a second one. So now someone from the Darkness has two 2,700 attack Golden Homunculus, struggling for a little while to, Jesus. Webcam is frozen. I'll fix that in a second. Yeah, someone from the darkness was struggling for a little while to get the banished cards he needed to get his monster's attack up to snuff, but in the end, he got there. CB3 is going to have a Dimensional Prison, but that's the one trap card per turn, and it makes the other Golden Homunculus even stronger. Hey, webcam is back. Okay. We know how to do things sometime. Hey Virtual, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you. Yeah, we are still in the last game of the round. This match is something. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, things are pretty frozen at this point. Someone from the Dark has a Golden Homunculus, which is all the way up to 3,000 attack at this point, but it took quite a while to get it to that point because someone wasn't able to stick anything that banished cards for a little while. And unfortunately, CB3 has likely a lot of monsters that cannot be destroyed by battle. If someone from the darkness draws a Majestic Mech or something similar, CB3 might be in a huge amount of trouble. But otherwise, we may have to wait for someone from the darkness to deck out here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that's a Gora Turtle, but it loses immediately to Zenmaines, so it doesn't accomplish a whole lot. Yeah, the Zenmaines is going to attack mode. Moving into battle, CB3 has the Threatening Roar, and someone for the Dark is tired of it. Attacks the Gora Turtle, gets it out of the way. The problem is, if this is a Marshmallow, ooh, that is really interesting. That makes Golden Homunculus huge. This could have been really bad for someone from the Dark if he attacked into a Marshmallow and received another 1,000 points of damage. As it is, though, CB3 has turned Golden Homunculus into a 4,800 attack Behemoth. Oh yeah, this is fantastic for the Homunculus player. That's going to be a Nobleman of Crossout on the face down Battle Fader. That is really an interesting set. Yeah, someone from the darkness is about to just actively deck out at this point, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. Ooh, shit. That's another big one. That's another big beater. That's gonna be 4,400 attack. Yeah, so now someone from the Dark does have two monsters with more than 4,000 attack on the field. CB3 does have a considerable amount of back row, though, and someone from the Dark has wasted 2 of the 3 Dark Bribes, but that is a big bang shot on the fucking Gren Maju, and well, someone from the Dark is... Oh, shit! That's the end of the game! Hey, Sophie. Welcome to the game. Someone from the Dark is playing a Banisher deck, and Banisher decks inherently have trouble getting their setup done. CB3 is playing a Synchro deck that runs a shitload of copies of Marshmallow and Spirit Reaper. This is nowhere near as... unfun to watch as a lot of the stall games were the last time we did a 2011 Part 1. I would say both of these decks are maybe not playing the most optimal strats in the format and just kind of bounced off of one another for quite a while. We are going to a Game 3 though, so let's see how this goes. The Big Bang shot was pretty nifty, but unfortunately CB absolutely fucking owned someone from the Dark. Ooh, well, we are starting with the Gold Sark this time, so if someone from the Dark gets lucky, he might be able to banish half of CB3 and his own deck. CB3's deck is a little bit ridiculous. I think Gora Turtle is a little bit of a rough include in a format where Zenmaines is one of the best cards. CB3 is playing a Synchro Stall deck, I think, like a synchro deck that specifically wants to sync up with Marshmallow and Spirit Reaper. Patson, the card that ended the game was Dimension Wall. That is the one that's a lot like Magic Cylinder. Someone from the dark got a big bang shot on one of his big guys, which meant it did piercing and attacked one of CB's little guys, and because of Dimension Wall, someone from the dark took that damage, and we have a level limit area B. Yeah, okay. CB3's deck is a weird one. However, someone from the dark has just started off with an immediately large number of cards banished, and the level limit area B doesn't even really matter at this point, because if someone from the dark gets the Grand Maju out, it may just be the end of the game. Tour Guide will not be the way to get Grand Maju out because it would negate effects, but well, that's also just a Levier Sea Dragon. That's crazy, actually. Holy fuck. So Levier the Sea Dragon to special summon a Grand Maju. We will see if... I just got back from the restroom. What the fuck? So someone for the dark last game had a lot of trouble getting started. He has had no such issues this game. That's just gonna be a Spirit Reaper, a little bit anticlimactic. Praying for someone for the dark to just right away find a big bang shot, but that is a 4,000 attack Grand Maju that can attack underneath level limit area B. So that's gonna be Necroface in hand. Probably don't normal summon this at this point, right? You just have a big beefy Grand Maju at this point. Okay, so Levier's Sea Dragon is going to defense mode, and someone from the dark does not have the means to clear the Spirit Reaper at this point. That is going to be a Gold Sark into Big Bang Shot. That is the out that someone from the dark is looking for. Of course, I am hoping that someone from the dark has some Dark Bribe-shaped contingencies on hand. Big Bang Shot is a good equip card, but it does make Grand Maju more vulnerable. Game could be over in 2 turns. Probably maybe 3 turns, just because someone from the dark is going to need to resolve 2 attacks with Grand Maju at this point to deal CB the remainder of his damage. However, the fact that CB has left the Spirit Reaper in defense mode is just like an easy attack target, and that is going to be the Big Bang Shot. Let's see if someone from the dark has the back row to make this stick. So that is, once again, a 4,000 attack Grand Maju. Setting one for now not going out of his way to attack just yet. That is going to be a Dust Tornado. And it will resolve. That is the downside of the Big Bang Shot. Grand Maju is banished. Alright, this game has stopped being interesting, and I don't believe either of these decks are particularly well optimized, so I'm going to switch to another game that is going to be happening now. Let's go ahead and see if Kaillens and Windy are ready to go. Okay, so now we are looking at Windy versus Kaillens. Looks right off the bat like Windy is going to be on Dark World. We should start banning all these stall cards just to avoid this game from happening in tournament plays, not because they are good. It's really annoying that people just continue to play stall cards and play stall cards and play stall cards even after they are not good. Kaillens has not read the Dark World card, unless he just actively wants to get it into the graveyard. But yeah, Virtual Tomato, it is annoying because I thought I did a good job of banning stall cards, and it does seem to be the case that stall decks aren't really, like, winning games, but people are still just playing bad strategies that don't work unless you succeed in stalling them. card advantage. Yes, Dead Zone. Nothing better for card advantage than playing Yubel, a card that tributes monsters every turn. Kaillens is going to add a Stratos to his hand, and that is going to be a future fusion. Windy Knight is thinking about this. And the part of the issue too with someone and CB3's game taking so long is that CB3 was initially late to the game, so that is also a factor. Alright, so Windy Knight is going to play Wu Lord of the Dark World. Kaillens has the Torrential Tribute. Using TT on a Stratos is always really good. If I find my limit reverses, I can get her to level 2. But no, I kept drawing Despair versus Aslion. Yeah, just draw the outs. It is truly that easy. Kaillens normal summons Stratos, goes ahead and searches another Stratos. Good ol' Mr. Blue Gadget. Are you kidding me? That's excruciating. CB3 does end up winning the game with a fucking secret barrel of all things. That is the end of round 1. May God have mercy on your souls. Evil Hero Dark Gaia, and Windy Knight has the TT, Kaillens has the Dark Bribe. So, yeah, Dark Gaia has a solid 3,600 attack, so Kaillens is going to get in for a fair bit right off the bat here. Summons just like a random dude to bring back Grapha. Uses Gates of the Dark World to discard this one to take out Dark Gaia. Ooh, Kaillens has the Miracle Fusion. So that is going to be a Stratos and a Big Koala for just the Earth E-Hero, I'm assuming. Yep, Gaia has entered the fray, going to steal a bunch of Grapha's attack points. Get in for, at this point, most of Windy Knight's remaining life points. And that will be it if Windy Knight doesn't have any kind of hand trap. Yep, Kaillens takes game 1 in an E-Hero versus Dark World match. So that's going to be Kaillens on the MST. Windy Knight chains Raigeki Break, which is a pretty good chain to MST, and even better, manages to hit the Dark Bribe. That being said, Kaillens is going to get another Elemental Hero Stratos out, which is very good at this early juncture. Oh my god, that is the Earth Hex Sealed Fusion. I don't think this does that much right now, because the only thing Aslion could go into this way is the Earth one, which wants another monster on Windy's side of the field to get the use out of its effect, but there's a relatively low shot Windy is going to be able to destroy both of these monsters, which leaves Kaillens a pretty solid opportunity to go into that fusion next turn. Furthermore, if he is fusing a Stratos that immediately replaces itself, that is some pretty solid value. So that's going to be a BES Tetran, which can go ahead and destroy either of these monsters. You probably go Earth Hex Sealed Fusion here, right? No, I guess we are just going to get the bigger body for now. Windy Knight has another back row. Kaillens has another MST. There's no chaining this one this time. And this is probably just going to be a Stratos? I guess that's actually a little bit, just tiny bit crusty. The Stratos cannot attack into Tetran without dying, and Kaillens can't really set something on the field as long as the Tetran's on the field. So that is going to be another Stratos added to Kaillens' hand. Yeah, Kaillens is thinking here, there aren't really any super ideal plays to make at this juncture. He's just going to switch the Earth Hex Sealed Fusion to defense and send it back. There's going to be a BES Tetran losing another counter, and Kaillens can go ahead and bring out a final Stratos here. Yep, that's going to be the last one. I am probably expecting to see a Malicious Edge here. Yep, Malicious Edge. Exactly the same stat line as Blade Edge, solid in a Hero Fusion build. So now Windy Knight has to make a little bit of a decision regarding this BES Tetran. It looks like Windy is just going to go right in and take out the third and final Stratos. 3 Tetran counters for 3 Stratoses. Everything is perfectly balanced, as it should be. Kaillens goes ahead and summons the End of Anubis. That's a really strong card versus Windy's deck. We're just going to try to take out the Tetran at this juncture. And that's going to be a Raigeki break. Windy Knight is going a little bit minus to deal with all of Kaillens' various threats. I hate to say it, but as much as I talk shit about it, Mirror Force would have been better in that situation. Ooh, that is a Morphing Jar, though. That is a really, really good... Ooh, okay. That is 2 big searches for Windy Knight off of the strength of that Morphing Jar. So that is going to be a Grapha and a Woolord. Windy sends their Woolord to the graveyard, who then immediately comes back. And they haven't even normal summoned yet at this point, so they still have that in their back pocket. Yeah, this is a little bit of a thing. You have the Grapha in hand. You can get in for quite a bit of damage here. It just depends on how, if Kaillens has any Gores or Tragodia or anything that would punish Windy for overextending here. Oh! Yeah, I dig that move. I think Windy is playing a little safe here, and I think that's a pretty good way to go. Oh, and we're not even going into the Zen mains at this point. We are just going to attack over the Axial Fusion guy. So that's going to be Morphing Jar, Sandgan, Tour Guide, and Woolord. Yeah, essentially getting in with a bunch of different lower level attack targets to disincentivize Kaillens using any sort of hand trap situations he's got, bringing out the Zen mains to insulate Windy a little bit more. And now Kaillens' life points are at a point where he will lose if Windy attacks directly with the Grapha with Gates of the Dark World up. Big swing in Windy's favor, but that is a Storm Shooter! And Storm Shooter is just going to immediately take care of the Zen mains. It does kind of depend on whether or not this attack can get in here, though. Oh, wait, hold up. I just realized Kaillens should have taken more damage. Ooh, we have a special summoned Gaia plate. That's very exciting. I need to remind Windy of Dark World. Why are my Dark World games not as good as this? This is a very good game. Windy Knight has been championing this deck for quite a while at this point. Whoa! That is the Mirror Force. That is likely the end of the game. We will... Ooh, maybe not though, because Kaillens does have the Dark Calling. Why does the stream keep flickering? Probably because I have 2 monitors, and I keep switching over. I keep switching over to the other moderator so that I can keep an eye on the Discord. But this monitor that has like the dueling book link that I am actively recording does seem to flicker whenever I go over to the other monitor. So I'm gonna try my best to not do that too often. It comes with the territory of both running a tournament and streaming a tournament at the same time. Yes, exactly. When I click on DB, it stops flickering. Alright, so Kaillens is going to summon a guy at this juncture. Oh, and we are running into a little bit of DB lag otherwise. I'm gonna check and see if anybody else is running into this problem, or if it's just me. Alright, so we've got an evil hero, Dark Gaia. Nope, Kaillens has changed his mind. It's going to be Malicious Fiend. Setting 1 and passing it back. Yeah, Valifar is a fiend. Dark World Lightning. That is really, really good. No, Dark World Lightning doesn't discard, because you gotta destroy the card first. Kaillens was in a little bit of a pickle, but that Shadow Imprisoning Mirror very well may be what gets him out of this. Alright, so Windy Knight does not have to conduct the battle. Wait, I don't think you can do that, right? Activated on the field or in the graveyard. That graph is negated because of Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, isn't it? Grapha does not activate. I hate Yu-Gi-Oh! Hi, I am here. Finished working on effect for every OCG normal monster. Grapha is inherent. Accepted game state. So Windy Knight has a good torrential tribute to get out of the evil hero malicious fiend nightmare scenario. And Windy Knight got in a very tough game where at many points it looked like Windy was going to lose. Pretty good game so far. Very interested to see where this one goes. And once again, just going into the Zen mains to hold down the fort for a little bit. Moves the Zen mains the whole way to that side of the field, sends it back to Kaillens. Kaillens has a really interesting deck. We have seen the rocks, we have seen the E-Heroes, and now we are seeing Lila's Lightsworn Sorceress. I guess it's essentially here to function as a breaker, the magical warrior-like, but still very funny to see at this point. Yeah, so that Lila is going to destroy the TT. Mill a couple of cards. Not... Well, I guess those are okay mills for Kaillens. He has a couple of fiends in the graveyard now. But the end of Anubis might have been better on the field than in the graveyard. So we'll see how things go from here. Alright, I'm going to use the bathroom really quick. I will be right back. Alrighty, there are indeed two Dragoonity players. It looks like this one hasn't advanced too far as it stands. So that is going to be a Malicious Edge. Probably just attacking the set card to see if we can get some piercing on the board. Yep, Malicious Edge attacks into Windy Knight's face down card. And that is going to be a Morphing Jar. That is, possibly a big swing for... Oh my god, that is an actual bloodbath of a Morphing Jar. That's like that's like 3/4 of the cards on Kaillens' side of the field. So I guess you can only destroy 2 of the cards, but you can use the Gorilla to destroy the face down card. I guess Windy Knight is not going to go out of their way to take out that set card for the time being. Yeah, yeah, Someone for the Dark. So, this one is face-up cards, but this one is just monsters. We are banishing the Sangan with the Gates of the Dark World. I guess we are kind of, a little bit down bad on Fiends in the Grave. But that is going to be a Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Alright, once again, Kaillens has the big out. Was hoping you'd flip it on Jar Attack. No, Kaillens was not able to activate it yet at that point, so... For the time being, Windy Knight is going to get a Grapha up on the field, which isn't bad. Fear of Yubel still seems wrong. Yeah, it seems wrong even if Kaillens does have a Yubel on hand because Windy Knight has the Zen mains, and I think it was especially wrong because Kaillens has not played a single copy of Yubel as long as this game has gone on, and that is a Storm Shooter, which is a really, really good monster to have at this juncture. Windy Knight is going to let the Storm Shooter go through. Kaillens is going to set a second card and send it back to Windy Knight, who can't utilize his Dark World cards in the way he would like to, but still has a 3K monster on the field. So not a horribly bad situation to be in. If Kaillens does manage to get rid of that Grapha, Windy Knight may well be in trouble. So we've got a Mirage of Nightmare out yet again. And Kaillens is going to go ahead and just take out that Mirage of Nightmare. Alright, we've got a pre-mat. Kaillens has any number of strong things to grab at this point. Goes for the Kawaki Miru Valifar. It's a little bit interesting. I would almost go for the Gaia plate here because it can stick around for a turn, but the Kawaki Miru isn't affected by trap cards and can definitely take out the Grapha, but the Grapha can just get special summoned again next turn. So not sure what the ideal play is here, unless Kaillens has like a Dust Tornado or something for that Dark World. I mean, that is a pretty good one as well. That will get the Stratos train started. You are completely correct. Valifar is a fiend. So that is going to be a TT gone. That's a light monster, so it actually can destroy Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. That's a pretty good pop. Fabled Catsith is a pretty good side versus Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. That is kind of nifty. Okay, so Woolord gets discarded by a card effect, so it can come back out, and now we have a Grapha Dark World coming back onto the field, and that is still not Windy Knight's normal at this point. Windy started the game off on the back foot, having to deal with a Shadow Imprisoning Mirror a lot. Oh, fuck! That scores! Alright, that is Gores with a 3K attack token. Furthermore, Gores is getting boosted by the Gates of the Dark World. So that's actually 2 3K attack monsters on both sides of the field. What a... well, not even a swing, just like a lot of back and forth in this particular game. I just spilled water all over myself. No, Dead Zone. Valifar is a fiend. It is a fiend fire. Yeah, fiends are actually really strong in this format. Hope all of y'all have packed your marionette mites for the road. Who the ha! Oh shit. If Kaillens gets to trade both of these monsters and then gets End of Anubis in, Windy Knight is going to be in a really rough position. Oh, and that is the trade. You're gonna get another one, and that is the second trade. This token is a fairy, not a fiend, so it does not gain the buff from the spell. But once again, we have another swing, with End of Anubis getting in for all but 1,400. And we're gonna have to see if Windy Knight has something to out it at this point. It's at 2,800 attack. Oh shit, yeah. God damn. We are really bad. We are really bad at remembering that fucking field spell. But yeah, that is a 2,800 attack monster that essentially shuts down Windy Knight's deck. That Gores was really clutch there. Y'all, this game rules. This has been a good one. So we've got a Snow. And Grapha, once again, is just getting around the End of Anubis by not being an activated effect. Oh shit! Oh no! That is a good one, Kaillens. You're shitting me. Blast with Chain has been a Kaillens special since around 2004. It's a great fucking card in junior format. Plays to situations such as this one, plays to whenever your opponent activates an MST. Damn, alright. Blast with Pain. I should have put DD Crow in the side deck. Yeah, DD Crow seems like it is a really good one this format. Alright. Windy Knight has 3 face down cards. Kaillens just has a big ol' End of Anubis up. Oh, and that's the TT. That is the punish. Oh shit! And that's Windy's 1 trap card, so that is the end of the game! Woo! That is why Kaillens would summon, because he had a special summon on hand. That was a great game, y'all. Congratulations. Nice. Oh, Hamyton started a little bit late, so I guess that is probably the only one. We will go ahead and enter in this score, and then we'll go and watch the Hamyton game. Hamyton is doing his old standby. We've got the normal Bungus deck, it would seem. Ooh, and that is Tribute to the Doomed. I guess Hamyton noticed that CB3 was on so many stall cards for water control. Yeah, it could still be water control that's getting synergy off of Rabbit Dragon. Oh, so right off the bat, that is most of CB's life points, but Hamyton doesn't have a huge number of cards on the other hand. So that's going to be a TT, and then that face down card is just something that cannot be destroyed by battle. So that's going to be Rabbit Dragon into the Marshmallow. Yeah, Windy, you just got to get used to the fact that Dark World is a pretty strong deck that needs to have plans for the sideboard. And it looked like they did have plans for the sideboard. They had that light monster that discarded that destroyed Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. So that is going to be another Tribute to the Doomed from Hamyton. And we will see if Hamyton can close it out now. Not quite. That is going to be a Battle Fader. The universal problem of hitting the wrong button on DB. Gora Turtle. Very cool. Very exciting. Well, that's going to be a Morphing Jar. Looks like Hamyton is losing 3 cards that were not doing him a whole lot of good. So maybe he will draw a Dark Bribe or something similar to let him just go ahead and close out this game. So Hamyton is going to have a Premature Burial. Not sure what... Oh, fuck! I forgot this monster is here now! Alrighty. Hamyton, please have the goddamn Dark Bribe. Nope. Cool. Well, that does clear out, CB3's board, at least. Oh, wait, is that just the end of the game? Yeah, CB3, used the Torrential Tribute too early. Yep, that'll be it. I was going to tell CB3 to, make sure they banish the Battle Fader, but it ended up not mattering. Alright, so it looks like Hamyton lost game 1 to CB3's kind of silly stall deck, but Hamyton is getting the side in to not have to deal with that shit again. And also, since all of Hamyton's monsters are so big, the moment CB3's stall stops working, Hamyton can just get in immediately for a third of CB's life points. Alrighty, game 3, Hamyton versus CB. CB is going to set 1, set 2, pass it back to Hamyton. Ooh, that's a good one. Enemy of Justice, Ally of Justice Enemy Catcher will steal CB3's face down card. If that's a Marshmallow, Hamyton can just immediately flip that thing face up. Oh, if that's a Spirit Reaper, this is catastrophic for CB3. That's actually just a quick draw Synchron. So it looks like CB3 may have just straight up bricked this round. So Hamyton is going to have a Cosmo Queen up. Yeah, it really just seems like, so that's the Mirror Force, so that's going to be Hamyton's monsters, but it really looks like, CB3 just has absolutely nothing productive to do at this point. So that's going to be an MST on Hamyton's, Torrential Tribute. But once again, CB3 just doesn't have any other monster to summon, just straight up defending this quick draw Synchron for dear life. No Marshmallow, no Spirit Reaper, no fucking Gora Turtle. We are just sitting on the quick draw. Hamyton isn't committing any monsters at this point himself. CB has yet another MST. That's just going to be attributed to the Doomed. Maybe not the best choice to set that one. Is Hamyton playing Heart of the Underdog at this point? I haven't seen a single one of those fuckers resolve all game. That's going to be a Gogiga sticking to the field, and that is the Quick Draw Synchron. We're gonna see if CB3 can maybe find a monster that can block things. Alright, there's another monster. Is it a good one? Alright, Hamyton is just gonna blind MST here. Hey, Charlie Beans. Alright, we need your expert opinion, Charlie. Who is going to win here? That is CB3's third MST at this point. So that's going to be CB's one trap per turn, and we will see if Hamyton has another monster. Hamyton does have another monster, but he's not going to play it in attack mode. He's not going to reveal what CB3 has at this point. Attacking into a Marshmallow would be pretty low risk for the time being. Okay, Tribute to the Doomed plus any normal summon. Well, I guess not quite, because CB3 does have the 3500, so he's not one attack away from losing, he's 2 attacks away. Yeah, Thunder and Dragon is a really nifty monster for the normal Bungus deck, as it turns out. Ooh, that may be very, very bad for CB3. Depends on if CB3 has, well, depending on what that set card is, also depending on if CB3 has a Battle Fader in their hand. Well, that's a Gogiga. And that is a Spiral Serpent. Hamyton has assembled 2 guys in order to go into Thunder and Dragon, using Thunder and Dragon's effect to destroy. It's just another fucking Quick Draw Synchron! No Spirit Reaper, no Marshmallow, none of the fucking stall cards, not even one time. And that Thunder and Dragon means that Spirit Reaper Marshmallow doesn't even do it here. The Dark Hole does, though, so the Dark Hole will take care of the most immediate threat to the remainder of CB's life points, but CB is still in a very bad situation here. The reverse Thunder Dragon effect. Thunder and Dragon. Isn't it silly that Thunder and Dragon is a Dragon type and not a Thunder type? That is going to be a Torrential Tribute. Finally, CB3 finds the Spirit Reaper, and in this case, it does not matter because Hamyton has the TT. We will see if the remainder of CB3's back row can stop this Torrential Tribute. Hamyton's going to grab an Alley of Justice Enemy Catcher, I guess just for vibes. That's going to be a Threatening Roar. Hamyton may slightly regret picking up that Ally of Justice, of all things. Well, it didn't end up mattering, because there is the Heavy Storm to destroy the Premat, to destroy the Alley of Justice. The Gora Turtle! So actually, the Ally of Justice Enemy Catcher was the right call. And also, Hamyton has to wait and hope he finds another Neo Aqua Mador or something similar. God, CB3, what the fuck is your deck even? So that's just gonna be a Dark Hole on the Gora Turtle, whatever. And that's Blue Eyes White Dragon, that's Torrential Tribute. CB3 just hanging on for dear life at this point. It's another set card. It's a Mystical Space Typhoon to destroy a Giant Trunade. And Hamyton does not have the monster to close it out. So that is going to be something set. And CB3 is just going to pass it. The fact that CB3 only has one set card. Oh, and it's goddamn Gravity Bind. Yeah, it's annoying that, like, the stall deck can just continue to be not very good, and people will just continue to play those one-ofs. Yeah, it may just be the point that we just need to fucking ban Gravity Bind and level limit Area B so people will play less dog shit decks. Oh yeah, Thunder and Dragon just completely ignores Gravity Bind. So in that regard, it may have been a mistake here to normal summon that Cosmo Queen. We probably could have played around Torrential Tribute a tiny bit more. And Battle Fader is going to stop Thunder and Dragon once again. CB3 needs to find a way to deal with that Thunder and Dragon immediately, or it will be the end of the game. Alright, Thunder and Dragon can declare an attack here. Ooh. Oh, it doesn't matter. Because Ancient Gear Gadgetron Dragon cannot attack. And we have yet another fucking Battle Fader. You probably changed the Gadgetron to defense, maybe, to play around Mirror Force. Hold up a second. Hamyton is playing a banned card. I am going to tell Hamyton to banish that card and draw a new one. Unless is he at 40 cards? Is Hamyton playing a fucking 40 card deck? Is Hamyton going to lose to the fucking stall build? Yeah, I'm going to tell Hamyton to banish the Asmo and just draw a fucking new card. Why? I would not put Asmodeus to 1 copy for my alt ban list, Hamyton. That is not a thing I would do. I hate this card. Jesus Christ. Okay, Hamyton is not playing a 40 card deck, so he can just go ahead and get rid of this shithead. Is just the 3K Lion guy. Who is the 3K Lion guy? So Hamyton is just once again stuck. Oh, I love Gora Turtle! I love this game! That is a fucking effect veiler to get rid of the Gora Turtle. 500 life points. That's all there is. We are doing the losers round 1 BTW. Yeah, sweet Dead Zone. Just keep moving forward for now. Sure, level limit Area B. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Hamyton can just summon an Xyz again. Vigilance is only at 1 copy in this format, so yeah, Hamyton should be running several Dark Bribes. Do we need to start siding sort of deep-seated Dog Marin for stall matchups? Hamyton just needs to start maining Dark Bribe. I think he said on the Discord earlier that he doesn't like the card, and he's just like... The fact of the matter is, Dark Bribe would have won Hamyton the game multiple times by stopping CB's trap cards. I don't like this stall build, but also a lot of the games we have seen, it seems like people could be playing better decks against the stall build. I am going to be really upset if CB3 wins this game, though. This is not a good deck, and this is not a fun deck. Yeah, Hamyton just continues to stack back row. How many fucking monsters is this man playing at this point? Okay, sure, that is a secret barrel. That's a lot of damage, but it's not particularly close to Hamyton dead yet. Okay, so that is Heavy Storm. Hamyton is playing double summon. What the fuck are you doing? It's to summon the Xyz monster. You would be better off playing Fisher. Or the fucking Soul Taker card. My god. Ooh! That should hopefully be it. I really hope CB didn't find another goddamn Battle Fader. There's a really good chance that he did, but hey. That is a good one. Alright, Hamyton. I think discarding 7 tools is a mistake unless you have another 7 tools on hand. Woo! We got it! Hamyton fucking finally got through to those last 500. Congratulations, and that is going to be that on that. Alright, well, Hamyton got 2 and CB got 1.